Welcome to today's deep dive,
Yeah.
where we'll be unearthing
Right.
the key takeaways from Kinross Gold Corporation's year-end 2024 results. We're digging into their own news release, hot off the press, from February 12th, 2025,
Okay.
to figure out what's driving their success and what it means for investors.
Like you.
Like you.
Exactly.
That's right. And while we'll certainly be looking at their
Well, yeah.
impressive numbers,
Oh, yeah.
we'll also be going beyond the surface to analyze the strategies and decisions behind them.
Okay.
It's about understanding the why, not just the what,
Right.
so you can gain valuable insights into the gold mining landscape.
All right, so let's start by acknowledging the elephant in the room.
Okay.
Kinross had a phenomenal year.
Yeah, they did.
Not only did they meet all their guidance metrics for 2024,
Mhm.
but they also shattered some of their own records.
Absolutely. And one of the most striking achievements was their free cash flow,
Okay.
over $1.3 billion. Now, for those unfamiliar with this term, free cash flow, is the cash a company has left over right after paying its operating expenses and capital expenditures.
Makes sense.
It's a critical indicator of financial health. And Kinross's performance here is truly remarkable, more than doubling their free cash flow from the previous year.
Wow, that's a lot of financial breathing room. It makes you wonder what they're doing with all that cash.
Well, they've been strategically using it to bolster their financial position.
Yeah.
Kinross paid down a whopping $800 million of debt in 2024,
Wow.
and even managed to completely repay their term loan just days after the year ended.
Really?
This aggressive debt reduction signifies a strong commitment to financial stability, which is always a good sign for potential investors.
It definitely seems like they're prioritizing a strong balance sheet. But financial health is only part of the story, right?
Right.
Let's dive into what's happening at their individual mines.
Great idea. Kinross's success isn't just about numbers on a spreadsheet. It's about the operational efficiency and strategic decisions.
That drive those numbers. A great example is their Tasiast mine in Mauritania.
Okay.
It achieved record throughput production and cash flow in 2024, making it their highest margin operation.
So what's behind Tasiast's stellar performance?
Well,
Is there some secret formula they've discovered?
Or remember the Tasiast 24K project they completed last year? That investment focused on expanding processing capacity and optimizing operations.
Okay.
It seems their strategy is paying off.
Right.
Increased throughput translates directly into higher efficiency and ultimately those impressive margins we're seeing.
That makes a lot of sense. It's a clear example of how strategic investments can yield tangible results. Now let's move on to Paracatu in Brazil,
Okay.
a mine that consistently delivers.
Yeah.
They produced over 500,000 ounces of gold for the 7th year in a row.
Wow.
That's remarkable consistency,
It is.
especially in the often unpredictable world of gold mining.
It certainly is. And what's even more impressive is they achieved this despite facing lower grades due to planned mine sequencing. Oh, okay.
This highlights their operational expertise,
Right.
the ability to adapt and maintain production even when faced with less than ideal conditions.
That adaptability is crucial in an industry that's constantly grappling with variables,
Absolutely.
like ore grades and geological conditions.
Speaking of adapting,
Yeah.
Fort Knox in Alaska also deserves a shout-out. Their production got a significant boost thanks to the Manh Choh project coming online in Q3.
Yeah, Manh Choh is a great example of Kinross leveraging new sources to enhance existing operations. By bringing this project online, they've not only increased production at Fort Knox, but also extended the mine's life.
Wow.
A smart move that demonstrates their commitment to long-term value creation.
So we've seen Kinross crush it in 2024 with impressive financial performance and stellar operational achievements at their mines.
Yeah.
But what about the future?
Yeah.
What does their production outlook look like?
Well, they're projecting a stable production of approximately 2 million ounces of gold equivalent annually for the next 3 years. Now, gold equivalent refers to the total amount of gold and other precious metals like silver expressed in terms of their gold value.
So it's a way of measuring their overall production
Exactly.
across different metals. That kind of stability and production outlook is reassuring,
Yeah.
especially for long-term investors seeking a reliable source of returns.
Right.
But I'm also curious about their development projects. Are there any potential game changers on the horizon
Ooh.
that could supercharge their growth even further?
That's where things get really exciting.
Okay.
Kinross has a portfolio of development projects that hold immense potential and could significantly reshape their future.
Right.
Welcome back to our deep dive into Kinross Gold Corporation.
We're picking up right where we left off, ready to dig deeper into those potential game-changer projects you mentioned.
And remember, as we analyze Kinross's specific projects, we're also uncovering broader insights about responsible development and the factors driving success in the gold mining industry as a whole.
Okay, so which project are you most excited to unpack?
Well, the Great Bear project in Canada is definitely one that's generating a lot of buzz.
Okay.
It has the potential to be a flagship asset for Kinross,
Wow.
but it's also a fascinating case study in navigating the complexities of modern mining.
I'm all ears.
So Great Bear isn't just about the size and grade of the gold deposit.
Right.
It's located in a region with a strong indigenous presence and a growing emphasis on environmental protection. This means Kinross is facing a unique set of challenges and opportunities.
So how are they approaching this sensitive context? Are they just plowing ahead with development, or are they taking a more nuanced approach?
To their credit, they're taking the time to get it right.
Okay.
Kinross is actively engaging with indigenous communities and regulatory bodies to ensure the project is developed responsibly and sustainably. They understand that building trust and addressing concerns is crucial for the long-term success of any mining operation, especially in a region like this.
That makes sense. It's not just about extracting gold. It's about respecting the land, the people, and the delicate balance of the ecosystem.
Exactly. And this ties into a larger trend we're seeing across the mining industry.
Oh, yeah.
Investors and consumers alike are increasingly demanding transparency and accountability. They want to know that the gold they're buying or the companies they're investing in are operating ethically and minimizing their environmental impact.
So Kinross's approach to Great Bear isn't just about doing the right thing. It's also a smart business strategy in today's world.
Absolutely. It's a recognition that sustainability and profitability are not mutually exclusive. They can actually reinforce each other. Now, while Great Bear is a prime example of this, Kinross is also applying these principles to their existing operations.
Like how they extended the life of Bald Mountain in Nevada
Right.
with the approval of the Redbird pit,
Exactly.
adding 1 million ounces to their reserves. It seems like a textbook example of resource management.
It is, and they're exploring similar strategies at other sites like Lobo Marte in Chile. Baseline studies are underway to assess the project's viability and support permitting. If all goes well, Lobo Marte could become another significant contributor to Kinross's long-term production.
So they're not putting all their eggs in one basket. They're diversifying their portfolio geographically and strategically to create a more stable and resilient future for the company.
Precisely. And that's not all. Remember those high-grade intercepts from the drilling results at Round Mountain Phase X? Those are promising signs that their exploration efforts are bearing fruit, potentially adding even more value to an already productive asset.
And then there's Curlew Basin in Washington state.
Yeah.
Their exploration there has revealed some very encouraging high-grade resource growth. It seems like Kinross is firing on all cylinders when it comes to exploring, developing, and extending the life of their assets.
They are, and it's this blend of strategic thinking, operational expertise, and a commitment to responsible development that makes them such an interesting company to watch.
But let's not forget about the leadership transition. Catherine McLeod-Seltzer stepped down as chair after a long and successful tenure. How might this change at the top impact Kinross's future direction?
That's a key question. While her contributions have been immense, the appointment of Kelly Osborne as the new chair brings a fresh perspective and his own unique strengths to the table.
Okay.
He's known for his deep operational experience and his focus on shareholder value. But what I find particularly interesting is that he also chaired Kinross's Corporate Responsibility and Technical Committee.
Oh, interesting.
That suggests he's not just focused on the bottom line, he understands the importance of sustainable and ethical practices.
It does. And that alignment with Kinross's existing commitment to responsible mining is reassuring. It signals a continuation of their approach, even with new leadership at the helm.
It does. And let's not overlook the addition of Dr. George Albino to the board. His background in both geology and finance brings a valuable blend of technical and financial expertise to their decision-making processes.
Right. And his experience with other gold mining companies also adds to the depth and breadth of the board's collective knowledge, which is crucial for navigating the complexities of this industry.
Yeah, it is.
So it seems like Kinross is making a deliberate effort to build a leadership team equipped to tackle the challenges and opportunities of the future.
They are. But no matter how strong the leadership up, external factors can always impact a company's performance.
Like the price of gold,
Right.
which can be incredibly volatile.
Okay.
A sudden drop could significantly impact Kinross's profitability, even if their operations are running smoothly.
Exactly. And geopolitical events, global economic conditions, even shifts in investor sentiment can all influence the demand for gold and ultimately Kinross's stock price. It's a reminder that even the best managed companies are subject to forces beyond their control.
So how can we as listeners make sense of all this information and apply it to our own lives?
That's a great question. Whether you're an investor, a consumer, or simply someone fascinated by the world of gold, understanding these dynamics can help you make more informed decisions.
For investors, Kinross's performance and strategic direction provide valuable insights into the potential risks and rewards of investing in the gold mining sector. And for consumers, knowing where your gold comes from and how it's produced can empower you to make more ethical and sustainable choices.
This deep dive has given you a glimpse into the multifaceted world of gold mining, with Kinross serving as a compelling case study. Their story highlights the challenges, opportunities, and innovations shaping the future of this industry.
We've explored their impressive financial performance, their commitment to responsible development, and their exciting growth projects.
We've also examined the implications of their leadership transition and the ever-present influence of external factors.
Now, in the final part of our deep dive, we'll distill these insights into key takeaways and leave you with some thought-provoking questions to ponder.
Stay tuned for the grand finale.
Welcome back to the final part of our deep dive into Kinross Gold Corporation.
We've surveyed their landscape, inspected their operations, and analyzed their financials. Now it's time to refine those insights into the golden takeaways for you.
So looking back over everything we've discussed, what stands out as particularly remarkable about Kinross's 2024?
Well, their commitment to responsible mining is truly noteworthy. It's more than just a trend for them, it's woven into their operational fabric.
Yeah,
From prioritizing community engagement to setting ambitious emissions reduction targets.
it's one thing to talk the talk, but Kinross is walking the walk.
Yeah.
And they're demonstrating that this approach isn't just ethically sound, it's financially sound too. Their record-free cash flow and proactive debt reduction strategy are compelling evidence of that.
Yeah, their financial strength is undeniable. It allows them to invest in projects like Great Bear with confidence, knowing they have the resources to do it right,
Right.
while also returning value to shareholders.
And speaking of Great Bear, that project, along with others like Lobo Marte, represent exciting growth opportunities for Kinross. It's like they're strategically positioning themselves to tap into new veins of gold, ensuring a vibrant future for the company.
It's a smart diversification strategy. They're not putting all their eggs in one basket geographically or operationally. They're balancing the potential of new discoveries with the steady output of their existing mines, like Tasiast and Paracatu, creating a robust and resilient portfolio.
It's a potent combination: establish high-performing mines, generating consistent cash flow, coupled with the promise of new projects poised to drive future growth. And all of this is underpinned by a strong commitment to responsible mining practices.
And let's not forget the impact of the leadership transition. While Catherine McLeod-Seltzer left big shoes to fill mean, Kelly Osborne brings a wealth of operational experience and a deep understanding of Kinross's commitment to sustainability.
It's a seamless handover of the reins, ensuring continuity in their strategic direction.
Right.
And the addition of Dr. George Albino to the board further strengthens their decision-making capabilities with his combined expertise in geology and finance.
It's clear that Kinross is well positioned for success, but they're not operating in a vacuum. External factors like the fluctuating price of gold, geopolitical events, and shifts in global economic conditions can all impact their performance.
It's a reminder that even the best-laid plans need to be adaptable and resilient. Kinross understands this, and their proactive approach to debt reduction, diversification of assets, and commitment to responsible mining practices demonstrate their awareness of these external forces.
So as we wrap up this deep dive,
Yeah.
it's worth reflecting on what it all means for you, the listener.
Whether you're an investor looking for opportunities in the gold mining sector, a consumer concerned about the ethical sourcing of your gold, or simply someone eager to learn more about this fascinating industry, Kinross's story offers valuable insights.
They've shown us that responsible mining can be a profitable and sustainable endeavor, but it requires careful planning, strategic investment, and a commitment to engaging with stakeholders and addressing their concerns.
So, as you go about your day, consider this. How might Kinross's approach to responsible gold mining influence your choices as an investor or a consumer?
Right.
Maybe it sparks your curiosity to delve deeper into their sustainability reports or investigate the origins of the gold you encounter.
Remember, knowledge is golden, and we encourage you to keep digging, keep exploring, and keep learning. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into Kinross Gold Corporation.